Today we're looking at the first boss of the Dreadsail Reef, Lylanar and Turlassil. There are 2 orbs in the room, 1 fire and 1 ice. These can be activated from anywhere in the room to give the player a dome about 20 meters in diameter. A dome of the opposite type should be held over the boss at all times, and any adds should be taunted in under the dome so that they take more damage. If 2 domes touch, they explode and disappear while doing heavy AoE damage to the entire group. Any player holding the dome take 1 stack per second of damage. Domes need to be switched at around 20 stacks. There's a 15-second cooldown on when a dome can be used again. The dome must cover the boss in order to interrupt the channel attack done throughout the fight. Domes affect enemies, not players. So, jumping into the first phase, 1 boss will jump down at random after killing the initial adds. Healers handle the domes during this phase, and Atronach will spawn at 80% and 75% of the boss's health. It's important to prioritize the Atronach before the boss reaches 65%, as this will start the teleport phase. During the teleport phase, the boss will summon 4 orbs around the room. The boss will then proceed to jump to these in the same order that they were spawned. The room is typically divided up into 4 quadrants with 2 DPS at each orb, taking the dome and interrupting the boss as he jumps to each orb. Once this is done, the first boss will jump up and the other boss will come down, repeating the first phase. Once the second boss has done a teleport phase, we'll begin the final phase. Both bosses will now be down and the group splits into 2, with each boss next to its opposite orb. A healer and a DPS will swap 1 dome on each side. Throughout the final phase, 1 random player will get Frostbrand and another player will get Firebrand. The 2 players who see this AoE under their feet should move to the center of the room and stack while blocking. Both bosses should be killed at almost the same time. Once 1 boss is dead, it will no longer be possible to grab the new dome of the opposite type. Eventually, the remaining boss will begin the teleport phase again, which typically results in a wipe as the last boss can't be interrupted. Now, some more specifics for the tanks and healers. The Atronachs are typically placed behind the group, opposite of the boss, under the dome. Tanks should never roll dodge heavy attacks from the boss or Atronach, as this will cause them to enrage. The boss will place an AoE under the tank, which should be placed around the edge of the dome while quickly moving out of the area. Tanks will receive a fragility debuff, which can be seen as an orb of fire or ice around the tank's torso. The tanks should swap when this debuff is received. Tanks will also receive a negate healing debuff, which will require the healers to focus heal the tank to full health. I recommend slotting an ability like Shield Charge to be able to move quickly between the 2 sides when taunt swapping is required in the last phase. That's all for my very quick walkthrough. I hope it helped some of you, and if you enjoy my videos, don't forget to like and subscribe.